Hey guys, it's Tim, the Lockpicking Patrolman, and today is part number dos of my vlog series of my journey into becoming a locksmith. The last time I talked about how, kind of what I've done in my career, in my lifetime, and how I got into lock sport, and then how I started garnering an interest in becoming a locksmith. And, watching a lot of Jason's videos led me to watch some other videos out there on locksmithing, starting to talk more actual locksmithing with people in the lock sport community who are locksmiths, because not all locksmiths are lock sporters, and not all lock sporters are into locksmithing. They hold it as an interest. I know a lot of the people, who are my viewers love seeing me explore that in my live broadcasts and other videos. And that's really, really awesome. And, but, Jason probably had, I have to credit him with really being the one to help push, not push, but really inspire me and show me what a locksmith does for a living. There aren't that many channels out there, and Jason has the freedom and ability to record videos of working on some actual job sites, doing some actual things, showing and explaining equipment and how it works, and when you need to use it, when you need to use other equipment. And, the more I watched, the more I was really into it. And I said, that's what I want to do. Unfortunately, in the area where I was living at the time, this was about 2.5 years ago, there was one locksmith for the whole area, like for the whole county. There was one locksmith. And, I never really met up with him to try to talk with him, just because of my schedule and things I had going on. The fact that I was coming up on trying to look and buy a house. Plus, I wanted to move away from that area. I was born and raised in that area. I felt like it was time for me to move away. And, I'd lived away for a little while when I went to college down in South Carolina. That was only a semester that I was in college for, and it was down in Charleston. Charleston is lovely. Where I was staying and the situation that I was in with no vehicle was no fun. And you don't go to college to have fun, but it really kind of put a crimp on me. Plus, I had already been working, and out of high school and working for a whole year before I went down there. And that really didn't set the stage well for that. But anyway, fast forward to about 2 years ago, and I was watching all these videos, all these locksmithing videos that I could, reading everything that I could get my hands on. I even got the study guide for the North Carolina State Locksmith Licensing Test. More on that later. But I got the study guide because I said, okay, I know there's a license required. I know you have to take a test. Tests don't freak me out. It's just, as long as I'm comfortable with knowing the material that the test is going to be about. So I got that guide and I was reading it every chance I could get. And then I went through this ordeal called buying a house. And I bought my house, actually 2 years ago this month, April 2 years ago. And, of course, moving, I'd lived in my apartment for 13 years. 13's always been my lucky number, by the way. I try not to push anything past 13. So anyway, I bought this house. It came with this shop, this workshop's out back, and y'all have seen it in my live videos, seen me set it up, change things around, clean it, which I need to do again. But anyway, it's just the whole locksmithing thing has always been there, and it's always been something that I've really, really wanted to do. And over the last 2 years is just grown steadily. There have been, yes, there have been times where it's sort of waned a little bit, but not the desire. The opportunity and the means have maybe waned a little bit. Maybe there are other things going on in my life where, it's not forefront, but for the most part, it's still, that desire has still been there, and it's actually grown every day. Every time I learn something new about locksmithing, it just makes me want to do it as a profession more. And so finally this year, last year, everything was sort of up in the air with COVID. I was working the best I could, with my law enforcement job. And I had some personal things going on at home that I needed to resolve and take care of. And I got all that done, and I said, okay, this is, I'm in a position now to where I can really start to focus on becoming a locksmith. And at the start of this year, my boss came to me. I had been on a schedule that was giving me regular overtime every week. And he came to me and said, look, I'm going to have to cut your schedule to where you're not going to get your overtime like you were. You're still going to get 40 hours a week, but you're not going to get that overtime you were used to. And it was a significant amount of overtime. And I can see that in the budget. And there was, and still is right at this moment, uncertainty about the budget and what's going to happen. And I said, it's time that I start putting a backup plan in place. I need to start working on this. I don't want to go back to night shift patrol. And it's not just the night shift, but again, that goes into other areas that I'm not going to discuss on here. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And so we, here in the U.S., we got the economic income or economic impact payments. I use that to actually go for what they were supposed to go for, which is helping pay bills. I got a tax refund. Actually, for the first time in my adult life, it was fairly significant. And so I set aside the amount of money that I knew I would need, what the state spells out, the exact $438, $200 for the application fee, $200 for the testing fee, and $38 for the fingerprint background check. And, finally I had all that. I went and I got my fingerprints done for the umpteenth time in my life. I've been probably fingerprinted more than any non-criminal ever. At least I feel like it sometimes. But anyway, I got that done, got everything submitted, and just on April the 12th, which is the day I'm recording this video, y'all see it later, I got approved to take the state test. So the next phase in my journey is to actually study for that test and go sit for it, hopefully here in just a few weeks. It doesn't give me much time to study, and quite frankly, I'm a little nervous on some sections. Automotive, I really don't know anything about automotive. I've discussed this in one of my recent lives, and automotive worries me. The general locksmithing, I think I'm okay with, the general principles of it, but I still want to have those study sessions. So that's coming up may have already happened by the time this video comes out. That's a funny thing about the internet. Anyway, so, you know, I'm really going to need that, to sort of study and boost that confidence. Every time I've taken a state certification test before, or even my national certification test that I had with 911, I was confident in the material. I'm confident in what I know and what I can demonstrate. It's the things that I have to learn strictly by reading that study guide that had me worried. So anyway, next episode, we'll sit down and I'll talk about actually what parts of that study guide have me worried, what has had me confused, who has helped me, how they have helped me, what my plans are sort of for the future. And after these few episodes, you know, I'll add to it and come back and, you know, just sort of update everybody again and as to how it's coming, what's going on. So I have gone way over my time limit. I said I was going to keep these under 10 minutes. I'm at 11:40 now. So anyway, y'all, thank you for watching. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay out of trouble. And we'll see you next time.